At exactly 2 a.m., one unexpected notification changed everything. Eala had been preparing for one of the biggest moments of her tennis career. Wimbledon was only days away, and every minute of her schedule was focused on practice, recovery, and match analysis. The young Filipino star expected messages from coaches, friends, and fans. What she did not expect was a message that would leave her completely stunned. The phone lit up in the darkness of her room. Half asleep, Alex reached over and checked the screen. At first glance, she thought it had to be a mistake. A famous Hollywood actor had supposedly contacted her. She blinked twice and looked again. The account carried an official verification badge. The profile belonged to one of the most recognizable names in entertainment, a global superstar whose films had earned billions around the world. For a moment, Alex simply stared. The message praised her determination, her resilience under pressure, and the way she continued fighting regardless of the score. It also included something she never imagined reading in her life: an invitation to discuss a possible role in an upcoming movie project. Not a brief appearance. Not a promotional collaboration. A significant acting opportunity. Alex read the message repeatedly, trying to convince herself it was real. Every time she looked back at the screen, the words remained exactly the same. The timing made the situation even more surreal. Only hours earlier, she had been reviewing footage from a difficult grass court defeat. Like every professional athlete, she was focused on correcting mistakes and preparing for the next challenge. Her attention was entirely on tennis. Then suddenly, a completely different world appeared at her doorstep. The possibility of Hollywood entering her life seemed almost impossible to comprehend. News of the exchange quickly spread online. Within hours, screenshots, reactions, and fan discussions were everywhere. Social media platforms exploded with excitement. Tennis fans debated whether Alex could eventually balance both sports and entertainment. Others simply celebrated the fact that a young athlete from the Philippines was attracting attention far beyond the tennis court. Supporters flooded comment sections with messages of pride and encouragement. Many pointed to Alex's growing international profile as proof that her influence now extends beyond sports. Her breakthrough performances, fearless attitude, and ability to handle pressure have earned admiration from people who may not even follow tennis regularly. That is what made the story resonate so strongly. It was never just about a message. It was about opportunity. It was about a young athlete discovering that her impact had reached places she never expected. Most importantly, it showed how quickly life can change. One day you are studying match footage and preparing for the next tournament. The next day, you are being noticed by some of the biggest figures in global entertainment. As Wimbledon approaches, Alex remains focused on her primary goal: competing against the best players in the world. Yet this unforgettable moment has added another fascinating chapter to her journey. Whether anything comes from the invitation remains unknown. But one thing is certain. A single notification at 2 a.m. became a moment that fans will be talking about for a very long time. The message lingered on Eala's screen long after she finished reading it. For several seconds, the room was completely silent. Then her mother, Riza, appeared in the doorway. She had heard the sudden gasp from the next room and immediately sensed something unusual. Alex rarely reacted that way, especially during tournament weeks when her focus was locked entirely on tennis. "Alex, what happened?" she asked. Unable to find the right words, Alex simply handed over her phone. Riza read the message once. Then again. Her eyes widened. "Is this real?" she whispered. "I think so," Alex replied. The offer seemed almost impossible to believe. A major film opportunity. Meetings with producers. The possibility of stepping into an entirely different world beyond professional tennis. For most young performers, opportunities like that represent a lifelong dream. Yet here it was, arriving unexpectedly in the middle of one of the most important periods of Alex's athletic career. But excitement quickly gave way to reality. Wimbledon was only days away. Months of preparation had led to this moment. Every training session, every sacrifice, and every difficult match had been building toward competing on the sport's biggest stage. Alex sat on the edge of her bed, staring at the screen. The opportunity was extraordinary. The timing was complicated. Could she seriously explore something outside tennis while preparing for the tournament she had dreamed about since childhood? After several minutes, she picked up the phone and began typing. Her response was polite and cautious. She expressed her gratitude, acknowledged the invitation, and explained that her immediate focus remained on Wimbledon. Still, she left the door open for future conversations. After pressing send, she placed the phone beside her and looked toward the ceiling. Her life suddenly felt very different. The biggest question was no longer whether the opportunity was real. The question was whether she could successfully balance two demanding worlds. Thousands of miles away, discussions were already taking place. The interest in Alex had not appeared overnight. Those who followed her journey had seen qualities that extended beyond rankings and statistics. She possessed determination, resilience, and ability to remain calm under pressure. Most importantly, she carried herself with a confidence that inspired people both inside and outside sports. These qualities had begun attracting attention far beyond tennis circles. Among those paying attention was one of Hollywood's most recognizable stars. Unlike many celebrities who casually follow sports, this actor had developed a genuine passion for tennis over the years. He regularly attended major tournaments, watched matches whenever his schedule allowed, and admired athletes who demonstrated exceptional perseverance. Through countless hours of watching tennis, he became familiar with Alex's story. He saw a young competitor refusing to back down against more experienced opponents. He watched her battle through difficult matches. He noticed her composure during high-pressure moments. Again and again, she demonstrated qualities that resonated far beyond the court. Meanwhile, a new production company had been searching for stories centered on determination, courage, and personal growth. The goal was not simply to create entertainment. The goal was to highlight individuals who challenged expectations and pursued ambitious dreams despite obstacles standing in their way. As conversations developed, Alex's journey continued to stand out. Her rise represented more than athletic success. It represented persistence. Every setback became motivation. Every challenge became an opportunity to improve. Every doubt became fuel. Those themes connected strongly with the type of stories producers hoped to bring to audiences around the world. For Alex, however, none of that changed her priorities. The grass courts of Wimbledon remained her focus. Every morning still began with training. Every evening still ended with preparation. The possibility of a future beyond tennis was exciting, but it remained exactly that, a possibility. Her immediate mission had not changed. She wanted to compete. She wanted to win. She wanted to continue proving that she belonged among the sport's elite. Yet as she prepared for the biggest tournament of her career, one thing had become clear. Her influence was now reaching places she had never imagined. What began as a dream on a tennis court was evolving into something much larger. And whether the future included movies, new opportunities, or entirely unexpected adventures, Eala stood at the center of a journey that was only just beginning. She's more than an athlete. That was reportedly the message repeated during private discussions surrounding a major film project. To those involved, Eala represented something larger than tennis rankings, trophies, or headlines. She embodied perseverance, ambition, and the belief that extraordinary achievements can come from the most unexpected places. For years, audiences around the world have connected with stories about people overcoming impossible odds. Alex's journey seemed to fit that mold perfectly. A young woman from Quezon City had climbed through the fiercely competitive world of professional tennis, earning victories against elite opponents and inspiring millions along the way. The admiration wasn't based on a single match. It was built on her entire journey. Every comeback, every setback, every moment she refused to quit. As discussions about a potential film opportunity gained momentum, one thing became increasingly clear. This was not being viewed as a publicity move or a short-lived celebrity crossover. Those involved reportedly believed Alex possessed a genuine story worth sharing with a global audience. But while excitement spread across social media, Alex faced a far more complicated reality. She was still a tennis player, and Wimbledon was approaching fast. Inside her hotel room in Germany, away from the noise of the internet, she found herself wrestling with questions that had no easy answers. Could she pursue opportunities beyond sports without compromising the dream she had worked toward her entire life? Could she balance two demanding careers at once? Most importantly, could she remain focused on the court while the world discussed possibilities far beyond it? Those questions only grew louder as more details began circulating. The information didn't arrive through official announcements. Instead, it emerged through industry chatter, private conversations, and the kind of rumors that spread rapidly once enough people start talking. By sunrise in Manila, fans were already sharing screenshots, theories, and reactions. The story was everywhere. According to reports, the proposed project involved a major studio partnership and a long-term commitment that could potentially extend beyond a single film. Industry insiders described it as an ambitious production centered on determination, sacrifice, and the pursuit of greatness. What attracted attention most was the role itself. The character was said to be a young athlete from a modest background who fights against enormous obstacles to compete on the world stage. The parallels were impossible to ignore. Many observers immediately connected the fictional storyline to Alex's own experiences. The producers reportedly wanted authenticity. Not someone pretending to understand pressure. Not someone researching what elite competition feels like. Someone who had actually lived it. Someone who understood the emotional highs and crushing lows that accompany the pursuit of excellence. For many people following the story, that explanation made perfect sense. Alex had already become one of the most recognizable young athletes in Asia. Her success extended beyond tennis courts and scoreboards. She represented possibility. She represented hope. She represented what can happen when talent meets relentless determination. As reactions poured in, the sports community quickly joined the conversation. Commentators discussed the rare crossover between athletics and entertainment. Former athletes who had built successful careers beyond sports understood the significance of such opportunities. Moments like these do not happen often. When they do, they can alter the trajectory of a career forever. Yet despite the excitement, one question continued dominating every discussion. Would Alex actually accept? The timing could hardly have been more challenging. The biggest tournament of her season was only days away. Her preparation schedule was already planned down to the smallest detail. Every practice session mattered. Every workout mattered. Every hour of recovery mattered. Accepting a major entertainment commitment would introduce entirely new responsibilities at a crucial stage of her development as a professional athlete. It was not simply a career choice. It was a life choice. And perhaps that was what made the story so compelling. While millions debated possibilities online, the decision ultimately belonged to one person. A 21-year-old athlete preparing for the biggest matches of her career. Standing at a crossroads. One path led toward continued tennis success. Another offered opportunities few athletes ever receive. What happened next remained uncertain. But one thing was undeniable. Eala had reached a point where her influence extended far beyond the boundaries of a tennis court, and the next chapter of her story promised to be the most fascinating one yet. The cameras were there to capture a tennis story. Instead, they captured a defining moment. Following a difficult match on the grass courts of Germany, Eala stepped into the media area expecting questions about strategy, preparation, and her upcoming plans. What she did not expect was a question that had suddenly become the biggest topic surrounding her name. A reporter raised a hand. "Alex, what do you think about the Hollywood rumors?" The room instantly became quieter. For a brief second, Alex looked down, gathering her thoughts. Millions of people had already debated the story online. Fans wanted answers. Journalists wanted headlines. Now the spotlight was directly on her. When she finally spoke, her response surprised everyone. "I'm grateful for any opportunity that comes my way," she said calmly. "To be noticed by people outside of tennis is something I never expected. It's flattering and it's an honor." She paused. Then came the statement that changed the entire conversation. "But tennis is still my priority." The room remained silent. Alex continued. "This sport has been my focus for as long as I can remember. Every sacrifice, every early morning, every challenge has been for moments like this. Right now, my attention is on competing and improving. Everything else can wait. The answer immediately shifted the mood. What could have become a celebrity headline suddenly became something much bigger. It became a statement about commitment. One reporter followed up. "So you're turning the opportunity down?" A small smile appeared on Alex's face. Not a dramatic smile. Not a rehearsed one. Just the expression of someone who understood exactly what she wanted. "I'm not saying no," she replied. "I'm saying my focus is somewhere else right now." Within minutes, clips of the exchange began spreading across social media. Fans shared the video across platforms. Sports pages reposted it. Entertainment accounts picked it up. The reaction was immediate. Many people expected excitement over the possibility of Hollywood. Instead, they found themselves inspired by something even more powerful: a young athlete refusing to lose sight of her goals. Supporters praised her maturity. Others admired her discipline. Many simply appreciated the honesty. The moment resonated because it felt genuine. Alex wasn't dismissing the opportunity. She wasn't pretending it meant nothing. She openly acknowledged how meaningful the recognition was. At the same time, she made it clear that her dream remained unchanged. She still wanted to succeed on the tennis court. That message struck a chord with people around the world. Fans began posting messages celebrating her determination. Some wrote that opportunities come and go, but staying true to your purpose is what defines a person. Others pointed out that many athletes struggle when fame arrives unexpectedly. Alex, they argued, seemed determined not to let outside attention distract her from the work that got her there. The story quickly evolved beyond tennis. It became a conversation about ambition, discipline, and knowing when to stay focused despite exciting distractions. For many supporters, that was what made the moment memorable. Not the rumors. Not the headlines. Not even the possibility of a future beyond sports. What mattered was the reminder that success often belongs to people who remain committed when the world offers them reasons to look elsewhere. As the days moved closer to Wimbledon, the attention surrounding Alex continued to grow. The headlines became louder. The speculation became bigger. But inside the practice courts and training grounds, none of that mattered. Because while the world was talking about possibilities, Eala was still chasing the same goal she had pursued her entire life. And the most important chapter of her journey was still waiting to be written. One decision changed the conversation completely. The opportunity was massive. The attention was global. The headlines were everywhere. Yet when the moment came, Eala chose something few people expected. She chose tennis. The reported Hollywood offer had become one of the biggest stories surrounding her name. Industry rumors suggested a major film project, a long-term opportunity, and the possibility of entering an entirely different world beyond sports. For many people, it sounded like the chance of a lifetime. But Alex's response was simple: "Not now." That answer resonated far beyond the tennis community. In a matter of hours, clips of her comments spread across social media platforms around the world. Fans shared them. Athletes reacted to them. Sports commentators discussed them. What could have been another celebrity headline quickly became something much bigger. People weren't talking about a movie anymore. They were talking about commitment. They were talking about discipline. They were talking about a young athlete who refused to lose sight of the goal she had spent her entire life pursuing. As the attention continued to grow, Alex remained focused on something far more important: Wimbledon. The biggest tournament of her season was approaching rapidly. Months of preparation had led to this moment. Every practice session, every workout, every difficult match had been part of the journey toward competing on one of the most famous stages in sports. The outside noise was impossible to ignore. Questions followed her everywhere. Reporters wanted updates. Fans wanted answers. Social media wanted a decision. But those closest to Alex understood her mindset. She was not thinking about movie sets. She was not thinking about red carpets. She was not thinking about future possibilities. She was thinking about tennis. She was thinking about the next practice, the next match, the next challenge. That focus has always been one of her greatest strengths. From her earliest days on the courts of the Philippines, Alex built her reputation through persistence and determination. Every step of her journey required sacrifice. Nothing was guaranteed. Nothing came easily. That is why the recent attention felt so significant. The story was never really about Hollywood. It was about what her success represents. For years, aspiring athletes from countries without a long history of producing tennis stars have looked for proof that reaching the top is possible. Alex became that proof. Her rise demonstrated that talent, hard work, and belief can open doors that once seemed impossible to reach. As Wimbledon drew closer, another historic milestone waited for her. For the first time in her career, she was preparing to enter the tournament with expectations higher than ever before. Her performances throughout the season had earned respect across the tennis world and established her as one of the sport's most exciting young players. Yet despite the rankings, the attention, and the growing fame, her perspective remained remarkably consistent. She continued approaching each day like a competitor with something to prove. That mentality is one reason fans connect with her stories so strongly. Success has expanded her opportunities. It has increased the spotlight, but it has not changed her priorities. The reported film opportunity may have captured headlines, but her response revealed exactly where her heart remains. On the court, in competition, chasing improvement, chasing victories, chasing the dream she has carried for years. Many supporters viewed that response as a defining moment, not because she rejected a new opportunity, but because she demonstrated the courage to stay focused when distractions appeared. In today's world, attention often pulls people in countless directions. Alex chose clarity. She chose patience. She chose to trust the process that brought her this far. As a result, admiration for her only grew stronger. Fans celebrated her maturity. Commentators praised her discipline. Many saw her decision as evidence that she understands exactly what she wants from this stage of her career. Now the focus shifts back to the court. The grass season continues. Wimbledon is waiting. The expectations are high, but so is the excitement surrounding what comes next. Whatever happens in the future, one thing has already become clear. Eala's impact extends beyond rankings and trophies. She has become a symbol of perseverance, ambition, and belief. And while exciting opportunities may continue to appear along the way, her message remains unchanged. The dream is still alive. The mission is still the same. The next match is still the most important one. As the world watches her journey unfold, fans everywhere are asking the same question. Was she right to put everything else on hold and focus entirely on Wimbledon? Let us know what you think in the comments, and stay tuned for more stories, highlights, and unforgettable moments from the world of tennis.